It is Tuesday morning, April 19th. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week, chat about what's going on in the world of weather, hopefully getting your day started off on the right note, not only informed with weather, but also maybe just a little bit of a smile. Stella, good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well as well. If you haven't stepped outside, good gravy, my friends. It is absolutely stunning. Bright sunshine, comfortable temperatures. We have ourselves a great stretch of weather ahead. Those are the top two things that we are monitoring this morning. That said, let's look outside and see what's doing on our Tower Cam network. We've got a couple of clouds. We're looking over at the Kennedy Space Center here, and you can kind of see that mix of clouds and sun. Notice the American flag is nice and kind of upright. A nice breeze kind of moving on in. What's going on? We had ourselves a cold front push through, and you can see that cold front now in South Florida, and as it pushes out of the area, our weather looks better and better and better. Temperatures out the door across Central Florida, starting off in the upper range of the 60s for the metro area. We're sitting at about 70 degrees in St. Cloud, 72 degrees in Melbourne. But look up to the north and west, right? 65 in Leesburg, 64 degrees in the Villages. It is 60 degrees back over to Ocala. So little by little, those temperatures are dropping. It is about where it was yesterday in Brevard, that cooler air just starting to push in, but through the metro and off to the north and west, we certainly can tell that those temperatures are dropping off. So it feels great, it looks great, and just for point of reference, our first warning live Doppler radar, all done. Nice and rain-free. So where do we go for the day ahead? Let's talk about it, shall we? Your 12-hour forecast, the most important part of the whole forecast picture. Today, no more upper 80s, no more lower 90s. Look at these readings. 75 by 11 o'clock, 80 degrees by 3 p.m. My friends, that is it. We are looking absolutely wonderful. So let's chat about daytime highs today, okay? We do hit 80 in the metro area. Orlando, 80 degrees. Notice St. Cloud, 79. Notice up to the north, 77 degrees in Sanford, 70 flat in Palm Coast, 73 in Titusville. Oh my goodness, excuse me. I apologize. It's just looking like an absolutely wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. I do want to point out, though, that with all of this drier air pushing in, the atmosphere dry, we are going to be talking about a pretty decent breeze today. We do have some fire danger concerns. Fire weather watch in effect until 8 o'clock tonight because obviously, we're talking about low relative humidity. We're talking about gusty winds, okay? Between that and then the fire danger index overall still being in a moderate range, I would just say, my friends, that we need to be careful. Burning could get out of control relatively quickly, so just keep that in mind. But the lower humidity does feel good. Our muggy meter showing dew point temperatures at 50 degrees for today. 52 tomorrow, 56 Thursday. We do get from pleasant back up to comfy on Friday, and then we eventually work toward humidity once again. So, oh my goodness, I need my coffee. Oh, excuse me. Hold on. I need this to fuel me. So, what I was saying before my brain rudely interrupted me and shut off is that we are feeling great. It doesn't feel like mid-April. This is one of those last tastes of cooler, drier air. So we must enjoy it while we've got it, right? Looking great, feeling great. Look at the forecast, by the way, for tonight. Let's just talk about temperatures overnight. Lower 50s north and west of town. Upper 50s in the metro. Even over to Brevard County, mid-60s. That's not bad at all. So we've got cooler, drier air in place. It looks great. I do want to point out, looking ahead to Wednesday, our area of high pressure starts to scoot itself. And as it does, we're going to start to watch those temperatures climb little bit by little bit. That onshore component to the wind is going to help those temperatures to climb, okay? So just keep that in mind. That said, though, next rocket launch over at the Cape is a Starlink launch. 70% chance of good weather, both onshore and offshore. We're looking great. I mean, really and truly, if we look at the trend these next couple of days, it is outstanding. Absolutely, absolutely outstanding. Yvette, good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Melissa, good morning. How's little Alexander? He's good. He has not come home yet. Just still battling a little infection. So hopefully little guy will be home soon. We took Eric to visit yesterday. He was wondering why he couldn't play with his brother, which was kind of sad. But, you know, we just have to get through this little chapter and it'll be all better. That's all, you know. Good lawn mowing today. It is. I need to mow my lawn. I know. I haven't had the chance to. I need to do it. Dan says, I'm in Howie in the Hills on my honeymoon. Mazel tov. Congratulations. Hope you're enjoying the weather. It's beautiful. I do want to point out, I mentioned this yesterday, my friends. Wide shot. Have a cold front pushing out this storm system, but come hurricane season, once this recycles itself, there will be no cold front to sweep it out. Interesting stuff. That long-range forecast, very interesting. I love to be able to say that we are in this kind of nice, quieter weather pattern across Central Florida. So for today, high temperature, 80 degrees, looks great, feels great. For tomorrow, 80 as well. Notice though Thursday, Friday, Saturday, those temperatures do start to come up just a little bit. And yeah, so do the rain chances. It's a pretty nice and quiet weather pattern though, frankly, which I'm okay with. Yeah. I have to tell you, I apologize. I forgot all about the afternoon coffee talk yesterday because I was doing a radar document for the weather team, just the different kind of saved radar modes that we have. And didn't even realize I was in no place to do the afternoon coffee talk. Today should be different. I'm going to be... I'm doing the 4 o'clock today, so yeah, I should be able to do the coffee talk today. I apologize. I just didn't even get to it. Thinking of Alexander Murray. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Cassandra, what are the tropical forecasts? Well, so Colorado State University just put out theirs a couple weeks ago. Colorado State University's forecast call, and we had Phil Klotzbach on Coffee Talk. I guess you didn't see that episode. What was that, Tuesday of last week? We had Phil, the guy who penned this. He came on Coffee Talk. 19 named storms is their forecast, overall above the average of 14. 9 hurricanes above the average of 7. 4 major hurricanes above the average of 3. That's the Colorado State University forecast. When you look at for Florida impact on the Colorado State University forecast, above average chance for a named storm to be within 50 miles of us, a well above average chance of a hurricane, and well above average chance of a major hurricane. If you are curious about the WESH 2 hurricane season forecast, these are the hotspots that we are calling for. Florida and the Carolinas. So, and we've discussed dates and things like that. Like, for example, looking into the month of May, I would say that mid-May, there may be a little something around Florida that we'll have to watch. All right? So, we'll have to keep an eye on it. Frank says it's never below average. But it is. Not this year, but it is. And as a matter of fact, the WESH 2 hurricane season forecast actually calling for slightly above average, but a nearer average forecast. So for what it's worth, there's a lot of forecasts out there. We'll have to wait and see how it all plays out at the end of the day. Yeah. We just returned home from celebrating our 50th wedding anniversary. Debbie Mazel Tov, congratulations to you. Stephanie, over on YouTube. Good morning. I would like to please know in August which would be the dates to keep watching. So, in terms of Florida systems, The November 6th storm system cycles back through, nope, not in August. The October 11th storm system cycles through late August. So yeah, I need to put, what I'm going to do is I've just done May on this. I need to do a May, June, July, August, September. I'll do those today. Yeah. Frank says, no, it turns out below average, but they seem to always say it's going to be above average. Actually, also incorrect. I don't remember. It's been a little while, but there were, just showed up on my Facebook memories and literally my post was, to those who say they never say below average, here's this year's forecast, and it was below average. And it was a below average year. Again, not saying that happens very often. We're definitely in an uptick, but, you know, for what it's worth. All right. Yeah, I can't believe we're already talking about hurricane season, frankly. I mean, it is just around the corner. And for those of you that are curious, why did I show this and say when that comes back around? So the way that the WESH 2 hurricane season forecast works is that there are storm systems that cycle over and over and over again. The idea is based on the LRC, the LESAC recurring cycle. And the idea is that in October and November, a weather pattern sets up and then loops over and over and over again. And I could show you, this is the October 11th storm system. I can actually show it to you going back to October 11th. There it is, October 11th. Doesn't that look similar? Like, that's October 11th. Does that not? Look at this out here. You see that? You see that? Look at it now. It's the exact same weather pattern. It's the exact same weather pattern. Kind of wild, isn't it? I think it's wild. Yeah, that's right now. That's October 11th. Interesting, isn't it? October 11th, it was a little area of low pressure that kind of developed and worked like near the Florida coastline. It rode up the coastline, brought Palm Beach County some stronger storms yesterday inland, Martin County some stronger storms inland. But come hurricane season, that's going to be an indicator of things that we're going to have to watch. So again, that's all a part of our 2022 hurricane season forecast. We've talked all about it. You can read the full forecast write-up inside wesh.com, but there are our hotspots. And that storm system just off of our coastline is definitely a part of the Florida Peninsula hotspot number 1. Always interesting. Janice says, everything that goes around comes around. It's the LRC. It's very true, my dear. Very true. Claudette, haven't seen you in a while. So thin. Well, thank you, my dear. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I actually was told I need to go buy some new suits, which I do. But I've just spent every second of my free time at the hospital. So I need to eventually get there. Chris says it's like deja vu all over again. It's true. Or it's a glitch in the Matrix. Like, could you imagine if the Matrix was all real? Wouldn't that be wild? So anyway, kind of an interesting thing. Thomas, can you show us from 2017? What do you want to see from 2017? There's a lot of weather that happens. What do you want to see? Janice, good morning to you. I hope you're doing well. Becky, I saw something totally crazy. Huge hovering illuminated objects. Hopefully they were drones. All right. Anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? A nice, quiet weather pattern for us taking shape, which I love. I love it. Seriously. The forecast tonight, I don't know that I would go so far as to say it's jacket worthy, but I also wouldn't go so far as to say it isn't. Because we've got like the last few opportunities for cool, right? Could see some upper 40s north and west of town. Wow. That's going to be great. Lower 50s into the metro. Mid, upper 50s. I love it. How true is storm season can be earlier, you're asking? Well, so officially, hurricane season starts June 1st, okay? Officially, hurricane season starts June 1st. The National Hurricane Center is going to start putting out their daily updates on May 15th. So they are going to start issuing them earlier. I am kind of interested. I just want to see. Okay, I just wanted to look and see. Yeah, so they are going to start putting out their tropical weather outlooks effective May 15th. So they didn't technically extend out hurricane season, but they're putting out their hurricane season forecasts 15 days earlier. So for what it's worth, something to know, something to take mention of. Manalfi's calling me. Why is Manalfi... Good morning, caller. You're live on Coffee Talk.
So the skinny of last night was that
you're live on Coffee Talk.
That's fine.
Oh,
that's
okay.
fine. This is what we do.
Yeah.
They wanted to make sure the problem was with Prism rendering those movies to Core 2. So they figured if they shut down Core 2, since those 4 movie files that were 1.5 gig each, they thought were crashing the system if they shut down Core 2, and then the Max one on Core 1 was running smoothly without any issues, and that was the problem. And I think clearly that is the problem.
Yeah.
Because we had no issues last night. Unfortunately, we forgot to think ahead and realize that the CSV file and the XL file was on Core 2. But,
So what I did once I realized what the issue was, because Kellyanne updated the XL file and it did go to Core 2, but it didn't sync across. So what I did is I grabbed it from Core 2, manually moved it to Core 1, and it updated everything for her.
Good. We should actually have them on both, just to
well,
in case something like this happens. You know what I mean? Like a backup.
Yeah, maybe he updates it on both. Yeah, maybe he updates it on both boxes. I just wonder with the workgroup sync if that's an issue. But yeah, maybe he updates it on 55 and 56, Core 1 and Core 2.
That's what I'm thinking. Just going forward in case the problem happens again, vice versa, or either way.
Yeah.
So, but definitely the core stabilized last night. Once they shut 2 down, 1 was working fine.
I noticed that the new tasks from yesterday were actually removed from Prism.
I think Jeff went in there and temporarily did some of that, or Mike Klein might have done that. Mike's actually the one that found the problem. He was working with Jeff. Jeff was the one that Blake and I were working with. They checked everything. They did a good job. So
yeah. Okay.
Just got it up and running, and we'll be rocking and rolling again. So I'll let you get back to your Facebook Live, but that's the skinny of it.
All right, giddy up. I'll call you after Coffee Talk. Everybody, by the way, everybody's saying hello.
Yeah, tell them I said hi back. I can't see their text, but I can hear them through you.
That's okay. Everybody's making fun of us, though. Man, I hate it when we have issues on Core 2. Morning, Tony. Anybody understand what they're saying? Everybody's making fun of us.
You and I understand. That's what matters, so we can get the product out there.
That's it. Right. I'll explain it. I'll explain it here in 2 seconds. Yeah.
All right, have fun with that.
Bye, bada bing.
Bye.
Bye. All right. What was that? So, Tony says hello. So what was that? So we've got 2 cores, 2 servers for our weather system. Core 1 ingests weather data, like that satellite imagery. Core 2 holds all of our forecast information, all the numbers there on that 7-day forecast, for example. Core 2 also changes the sponsor in the top right. For example, I don't believe it should be FunSpot. I believe it should be Duncan right now. It's redundant. That way, it's redundant, but they have their purposes. That way, if there's a failure, you go single core and you can still operate. I have run at a television station that did not have 2 cores. My last station, WPBF, did not have 2 cores. We ran into a mega issue, and they started delivering systems with 2 cores. Why would you only have 1 server? At any rate, so last night I made a modification, and crippled the systems. Tony asked me to do it. Truth be told, they were running fine with the modification. I just made a subtle modification to that modification, and then it just destroyed it. So we ended up, obviously they ended up going single core just to make sure. We're now going to go back double core, but the problem is that when Kellyanne went to update her forecast this morning, the forecast goes to core 2, and core 2 is kind of offline right now. So long story short, it's going to be fine. We just hosted Kellyanne this morning. Joe, I love the double warning that he's live on Coffee Talk, that he was going to say something inappropriate. Well, yes-ish, because you just never know. But also, it was a polite way of being like, do we want to get into the nuts and bolts on the phone right now when you guys and gals are watching? Or do we want to do it after Coffee Talk? The chief wanted to do it now. We did it now. That's all. Michael, all Uncle Tony hears is excuses. You better fix this before he comes in for your hours. Comes into your hours for a visit. Yeah, well, he's off today, so he's not coming in. But that also should show you, even when we're like, I do Coffee Talk on my off days. Manalfi talks to me on his off days. We still work. Lisa, you broke it. It's not that I broke it necessarily. It's just that it ceased to work. Listen, if you haven't figured out, at WESH, we push all of our systems. I'm a nerd. Tony's a nerd. Cam's a nerd. Kellyanne's a nerd. Alex, super nerd. Between Alex and I, like, we destroy these systems. We use every CPU and GPU. So every now and then you're going to, push it over the edge. And then you say to yourself, okay, pushed it a little too far. We'll back it up. That's all. I mean, and these systems are mega powerful too. Like, they're like $10,000. Those cores are like $10,000 systems. Seriously. And we have 2 of them. Although, truth be told, just about every television station that you watch would have 2 of them. But they don't push them the way we do. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. Auto sponsor stuff? Yeah, that's what we do. So anyway, enough of that. Debbie says teamwork. It's true. It's not just in the promo like, we're the weather team. No, we actually do work together very much. Jamie says you broke the weather system. That's all you guys and gals are going to remember, isn't it? Tony asked me to make the modification. Let's blame it on him. Bah. Janice says you can only push it so far. It's true. And guess what? I'm going to find a way to get what I want done pushing the system less. That's all. You just have to find your workarounds. Janice, Eric broke it. Thanks. Becca says, Tony broke it. I like that better. Where intelligent nerds display our work specialties. Or go down with the ship trying. Jan says, when in doubt, blame Manalfi. I like that mentality. I'm waiting for him to tune in and comment, or I'm waiting for him to call me back and be like, bada bing! This is why we can't have nice things. I know. Well, it's like, as soon as we got the newer computers, I was just like, more power. But with more power comes more responsibility, right? Arnett, you sound like family. Listen, Manalfi is Uncle Tony to me. I mean, he was there when I got engaged. He was there when I was married. Like, Manalfi is a part of the family. You know what I'm saying? That's just where we're at. Johnny, when do you start using the LRC for indicators for hurricane season? So all winter long, October and November is when we take those markers. But, if you look back at the months in the past, yeah, I mean, yes, my father's health kind of limited me from doing a lot of these. But, like, there was the March forecast. There's the April forecast. We're on the 19th. Well, didn't really nail the warm part. But, yeah, we're doing okay-ish. It's not perfect. But, yeah, the hurricane season, we really start branching into that come May. Yeah. The captain is always responsible. That would be Tony. Bada bing, bada boom. I like it. I tell people I don't make mistakes. I make training challenges to put to the test. It's true. It's like RUD, Rapid Unscheduled Disassembly in the SpaceX world, right? Betty, Kellyanne took the hit. That is true. Truth be told, though, they did all of this stuff when I was asleep. Like, I made the change and it was fine. It didn't go, the ship didn't start sinking until after I went to bed. So I had no idea. If I was awake and like alert to it, then I would have realized that there was going to be an issue. But I was asleep. Yeah. The next system in May, how confident that it will happen that weekend? We have high school graduation. So there's going to be something. That's going to be the November 6th storm system, okay? The November 6th storm system came from the Gulf and crossed the peninsula. Do we think it's going to be a hurricane? No indication of that, right? But the November 6th storm system, look at the radar back on November 6th. I mean, it was a very wet day across central Florida. And then if we look at its next cycle through on January 10th, there were some storms that kind of got fired up and triggered up. All right, here's the November 6th satellite imagery. Oh, that's the Florester. Yeah. So there it goes away from Florida. January. There it is as it moves away from Florida. So for November 6th, that's going to be the next storm system. Yeah, mid-May. Now, that's the calmer of the cycles. I think late July is probably going to be the cycle to really watch. But I do think, if we look at May, that November 6th storm system is going to, at the very least, up our rain chances. There's going to probably be a storm system in the Gulf of Mexico crossing over the peninsula, and we're going to know that that November 6th storm system is the Florester. So when that plays out, we're all going to be saying to ourselves, Florester, all right? It's going to be in that vicinity, all right? And then we get into, I'll do June, July, August, September today, all right? And that way we could at least glance ahead at the calendar and know where tropical features are showing up, all right? But in the meantime, a manually updated 7-day forecast because pow on the CSV file. Here's a look. We're in a great stretch of weather, my friends. Today, 80 degrees for goodness sake. Tomorrow, we start off. I mean, I'm wearing the vest, the sweater vest today. I'll be wearing it tomorrow morning. I may do coffee talk outside tomorrow. Like, not many of those days left. And then we start to heat up into the weekend. All right? Any questions, comments, concerns, complaints? Anybody want to complain? I'm not going to listen, but you can complain. All right. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. I will see you guys and gals later on. Today we will have the 3:30 coffee talk. I'm doing the 4 o'clock news, so I'll be wearing a tie and all that other stuff, okay? All right. Be good, guys and gals. See you at 3:30. And then at 4, I'm also doing the noon. I'll see you today on at noon.